What's up, Hair Tribe? I hope y'all having a happy hair day. Enjoy this haircut transformation. This is my client, Marcus, who's been growing his hair for about 8 years, so he had dreadlocks. And all of a sudden, he came in one day and told me he wanted to cut them off. Now, in the video, you'll see that he was definitely having some separation anxiety from the dreadlocks. So y'all watch the video. He went from a dread head to a curly head. Enjoy the video. You can tell from the look of his face, he is nervous. For real, y'all. I thought he was about to jump out the chair. Before I cut his first dread off, he walked out the barbershop about 5 times. So I had to do a countdown for him before I cut the first one off. As you can see, he took it kind of hard, but it's too late, Marcus. We can't turn back the hands of time now. Oh, look at his face. He is sad. He is contemplating everything that's going on. I can tell he wants to leave. But the first thing I had to do is cut off the dreads individually. With every snip, he looks like he's about to flip. I didn't notice while I was cutting his hair, but wow, he really looks sad. It looks like his whole life is flashing in front of his eyes. He's probably thinking about Bob Marley music. Maybe he was smoking a little bit of that ganja. So after cutting his dreadlocks, I gotta comb his hair out to get it prepped to be ready to get cut. It was a little bit dirty. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. You can see some of that white stuff. Pause. So before cutting up, I had to wash him with that Dixon 1737 Deep Moisture and Repair shampoo. I gotta get his head clean, man, because it was dirty. And I basically had to prep him like doctors do with their patients. So now I'm ready to perform my surgery. The clippers that I'm using in this video are the Wahl Vapors. They're very nice, they cut real well. I'll leave a link in the description. But now I'm basically cutting off the loose ends to make it nice and neat, to get it to the point where I can cut it and see what I'm working with. I got the loose ends off, so now I'm gonna start with the back. First thing I'm gonna do is line them up with my Wahl High Vis trimmers. These things, once again, I like Wahl products, they are very nice. So I'm making this line real nice and sharp. And as you can see, they're cutting with one stroke. Pause. Now it's time to start the fade process. So first thing, let me get the hair off the bottom of his neck. You never want to leave too much hair in the neck. And then I'm going to whip out my Wahl Vapor clippers and create that first line on the bottom of his neck. Now my lever is all the way down, and I'll let you guys know throughout the video when I move the lever up and down. So I put a number 1.5 guard on there. I have the lever all the way up, and I'm creating my second line. For you beginning barbers, it's real important for you to know that you want to fade in lines. Now, I put a number 2 guard, and I'm going with the grain because I want to knock out some of that bulk. And as you can see, I moved the lever down because I wanted to cut off less. I switch back to my 1.5 guard, and I have the lever all the way up because I want to knock off more hair. I just moved the lever down because, like I said earlier, I want to take off some of that bulk for my fade room. And I'm continuing just to go with the stroke, and I'm knocking the hair down. I'm stroking, I'm not stroking too hard. I'm stroking like medium length because I don't want to take off too much hair. Now let me go against the grain with the 2 guard to knock off some of that bulk and proceed with the fade. When you're fading, it's all about your guard and your lever work and just knocking that hair down so you can see your fade rooms. You know you have a certain level of fade space, and my fade space is pretty much like his ear, the middle of his ear. I don't want to go any higher than that. I knocked off the higher part of his hair. Now I want to work the bottom. This is all about the blend. I'm using my number 1 guard with the lever up, and I'm just blending, I'm just stroking. And with every stroke, I'm fading, and I'm using the corner of my blades, and I'm using the whole blade. But my lever is down, so I won't cut as much hair off. I'm confident in every single stroke. When you're a new barber, Be confident, continue to do your work. You're not going to be perfect at the beginning, but as long as you continue to cut, you will get good, I promise you that. And if you need someone to start on, go grab your little brother, your little cousin, somebody small that can't fight back. Start off on them because you can mess their hair up until you get good. Now I'm going to the side. I'm creating my first bald line. I'm not going to go higher than the arch on the side of his head. I'm staying at the bottom. Next, I want to knock off some of the bulk. So I put on a number 4 guard and my lever is all the way down. Now I just moved it up. Always start off with the lever down because you knock off left hair. But right now, it's just taking off bulk. I got the bulk out. Now I have on my 1.5 guard, lever all the way up, and I'm starting with my blend. I'm going up. I'm not going to go too high because it is a temple taper. I don't want to give him a high temple taper, but I have my lever up and I just went over to my 1 guard. Now I'm staying at the bottom. I'm going to stay at the bottom because, like I said, I don't want to go too high up on the fade. As you can see, I'm pulling the skin. That's a technique. If you pull the skin, more hair comes off. Now it's no guard, and I'm just staying at the bottom where the blend is nice and sharp. Like I mentioned, lever work is the most important thing as a barber. Once you know how to use your levers, you will be a great barber, but you constantly have to practice in order to achieve the maximum ability to be a dope barber. Now let me go up and get some of that bulk out with my 4 guard. I'm going against the grain. Now I'm at the next side. It's basically the same process. What I'm going to do is just forward this a little bit, let y'all enjoy some of the music, but just watch me as I blend. And if you have any questions, man, feel free to leave a comment. The advantage that you guys have nowadays, you actually get to watch YouTube videos and watch people cut hair. When I was young, I never had that. It was just trial and error. It was some ass kickings, or it was me kicking some ass by messing somebody's hair up. But I got through it and I became a good barber. Also, if you chose this craft as a barber, stick with it because you never know where it's going to take you. When I was 12 years old, first starting to cut hair in my parents' bathroom, I never knew that I'll have a show on TV or that I will have all these videos on YouTube or my own product line. So I advise you to stick with it because you never know where it's going to take you. But keep the main thing, master cutting hair, and figure out different ways you can monetize it. You can make videos, you can create a hair brand, you can create a clothing line. And don't let people tell you that YouTube is oversaturated because there are people out there that can use your skill set. So don't let those people intimidate you. The key is to start. Okay, now this is the most important part of the haircut, the lineup. Notice I'm not taking his hairline back. I'm keeping it far out and I'm going with the stroke. And now this is my favorite part, the arch right here. I'm not going too far back. I'm keeping this line nice and natural. People don't like when you take their lines back. And I'm just going with the flow of his hair. Now, if somebody asks you to take their hairline back, then you can take it back, but don't take hairlines back because those people might not come back to you. Now watch this stroke right here. I'm using the corner of the blade. When you use that corner of the blade, it gets it real nice. Front of his hairline, not pushing it back. He doesn't want me to use any enhancements, so I'm going to keep it natural. But as you notice, the line is real nice and sharp. As a barber, you have to do whatever the client wants. If they don't want enhancements, don't give them enhancements. Oh yeah, look at the background. You see this book, Limitless. This is a great book that I'm reading. I would highly recommend it to anybody. It's about bringing out your brain power, the best you, Limitless. I'll include that link on Amazon as well. Now with Marcus's beard, I'm staying on the outside. Marcus is real adamant about, he doesn't want the top of his beard line to be too sharp because he wants it to stay out. He doesn't want it to look razor sharp. He just doesn't like that look. And if that's what the client wants, that's what I'm going to give the client. Now, it could be a different client that wants his beard more razor sharp, and I'm going to do that on him. Now, whenever cutting someone's beard, you always want to blend it in, and I'm doing the same step. I got my number 1 guard on all the way up, and I'm just blending the top of it. I don't want to bring it too far down. Some people like you to bring it in the middle, but it just depends on what your client wants. But when you fade in that beard line, it makes it look great. That's a good sign. That's a sign of a good barber. Oh, this is a good view right here. I'm hitting this mustache line. I'm not going up too high. These high-vis trimmers are very nice. They came like this right out the box. I didn't even zero gap them. That serious client face may be the funniest part about cutting hair. Look at them. They always sit still. They don't want to move because they don't want to mess up their haircut. Look at him. He's concentrating on being still. The last touch, I wanted to hit the loose ends on his hair one more time just to get it nice and even though he's going to wear it curly, but I still want it to be even. Finishing touch, y'all, look at him. He looked nice and sharp. That boy went from a dread head to a curly top. Yeah, Marcus. Hey, thank y'all for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe, baby. Until the next time.